Germany Global Cafe. I'm Megan, that's Matt, and this is Jonas. So we will begin. Study abroad isn't just a fun way to spend a semester, it's quickly becoming the key to success in our global economy. That's a quote from the First Lady Michelle Obama. For some, study abroad is the most challenging thing you'll ever do, but for most, it's the most rewarding thing you'll ever do. When you come from a small town in the Midwest and you go somewhere that's thousands of miles away, it's a huge change, and there's a lot of different cultures, different languages, religions, values, and it's not something that can be taken lightly by anybody. But it also allows for more self-growth that you're going to have for probably any other experience in your life. Mrs. Obama is absolutely correct when she said that getting out of your comfort zone and experiencing new cultures and new places is the most direct way to have success in your life. Today, we're here to talk about the benefits of studying abroad in general, but also more specifically in Germany. Studying abroad in Germany can really help you by giving you real-life experiences, and it's going to help you in the long run with that, and also, of course, you're going to get college credits for it. We're also going to talk about the different options for studying abroad in Germany and a couple ways to fund it. So, being a leading country in culture, business, and overall happiness, Germany is a great place for anybody to study abroad. It's centrally located in Europe, which gives you lots of options to travel in all the countries that are really close, and there's also really amazing places within Germany that are great to visit. So to begin, Jonas, Matt, and I all have different experiences in Frankfurt am Main, Germany. I spent a semester there at Frankfurt University of Applied Sciences. Jonas is a citizen of Frankfurt, or the surrounding areas of Frankfurt, and he's actually studying abroad here in Wisconsin. And then Matt spent a year at the Goethe University in Frankfurt. So we've all got different insights on possibilities of studying abroad and the positive outcomes that come from that. From my own experiences, I'm going to highlight 5 major lessons that I learned in my 5 months abroad, things that are really important to me, and things that I'm going to remember and use for the rest of my life. So the first one, and one of the most important, is adaptability. It's really important to be able to stay calm in the face of new challenges. When you're in a new place without the familiar help that you're used to of your friends and your family and professors, it can be really overwhelming, but you learn to go with the flow and put yourself out there in a way that things are going to work for yourself. You have to be flexible when you're getting lost on public transportation or you can't read a menu because it's in a different language, but you learn to adapt and get the hang of things. It's important to find the balance between planning things out and doing things on a whim, because most of the time when you plan out your day when you're abroad, it's not going to go the way that you originally planned. There were plenty of times that my plans didn't work out because they took the wrong train or the wrong bus, but you learn to go with that and experience new places anyways. The second thing I learned about was how to travel, and while many of you have probably been on plenty of vacations with your family, it's a lot different when you're going on just weekend trips or you're planning your own trips. I learned how to pack for 7 days in one backpack. I learned how to make quick backup plans when a bus or a train or a plane gets canceled, because that always happens. And I learned how to see new places with people of all different cultures. Since you can't see a new place in just 2 to 3 days, my main suggestion is always to pick out 2 or 3 things that you absolutely have to see, because if you have those attractions as your main goal, anything else that you see along the way is just an added bonus. I had a lot of friends who would be disappointed when we go to a place and they didn't get to see their long list of things. So if you really just focus in on a couple things, you'll have more success. Additionally, you always should take advantage of things like free walking tours in cities and free breakfasts at hostels, things like that. But most importantly, the guidance that you get from the locals is the best thing you're going to get. When people are telling you what restaurants are best or what places to see, it's because they know and they've experienced those things. And of course, don't be afraid to get lost or travel somewhere alone, because that's sometimes can be your best experiences. The next thing I really learned about was communication. I got to live with a French girl, so her English skills were adequate, but we had very different lifestyles. For example, every night she'd be cooking some heavy, intense French meal, and I'd be eating like a frozen pizza in my bed. So we were very different people, but I wouldn't trade, living with someone like that for anything, because the things that you learn from people who were raised in a different way are truly invaluable. I also got to study with over 80 students from around the world, and so while English was the common language, it's you kind of have to learn a new English. You have to learn to not speak with all your idioms and phrases that you use in your daily life. And while sometimes I felt like my English was getting worse, it's really just different, and you're learning more about yourself. I often would get made fun of by some of the British students because they'd speak with accents that I couldn't understand or words that I didn't know, even though we were both speaking English, because you don't get those experiences here in the Midwest. And of course, I got to practice my German communication by going to restaurants and ordering food, or asking for directions, or asking the locals what they suggest. And that's something I'm truly grateful for, because you're not going to get those experiences here in the U.S. The fourth lesson that I learned was to kind of broaden my horizons and open my mind. You learn how to talk about sensitive topics with people who have completely different views or religions than things you see here. And you learn to just accept that their background is the reason that they are the way they are today. We'd often get together and talk about kind of hot topics, mostly American ones, because that's what a lot of Ford students wanted to hear about. Things like the upcoming election, or religion, or terrorism, anything. It was very normal for us to sit down and everybody could share their experiences and their thoughts without being judged, because when you're in that situation, everybody's very curious about each other's cultures. It's a very eye-opening experience, because these are points of views that you're not normally hearing here in the Midwest. And I'm glad that because of that, I was not afraid to make new friends, and I learned to make sense of new ideas and to understand new people. Finally, the fifth lesson that I learned while being abroad in Germany was to take risks and to try to say yes to everything, within reason, of course. Could be something big, like traveling to Eastern European countries with crazy language and weird food and currency that you can't understand very easily. Or it could be something small, like some days I wouldn't hold back from helping the old German lady with directions just because I thought my German wasn't good enough. But really putting yourself out there is the best way to experience the culture, and just getting out of your comfort zone is the perfect way to get to know Germany or any country. I also believe that studying abroad pushes you to take risks further in life. Like now, I'm much more inspired to try to find a job abroad or to travel abroad on my own. So Frankfurt is really the perfect place to learn about the world. It's a very multicultural city. There's lots to do, lots to see and experience. It gave me countless opportunities that I wouldn't have had if I spent all 4 years here in Wisconsin and hadn't left at all. My only regret from my semester abroad is that I didn't do a whole year abroad. So there are plenty of other options within Germany to study abroad, and also the rest of the world. Jonas is going to discuss the options through the Hessen Wisconsin Exchange Program. But through the Center of Global Education, you can also visit the University of Cologne, the University of Mannheim, or hundreds of other universities abroad.